Hi, welcome back to Leslie Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make this tiny little Christmas tree, and I got this idea off YouTube, so it's not my idea. Once my hot glue is up and running, I'm just going to add the little flower that just pinged off. What you need is some punches. So I've got a flower punch and a little star punch. These were from Stampin' Up ages ago, but I'm sure you can find them on something similar on eBay. A 1.5 inch circle punch and a Christmas tree punch, or if you've got a Cricut or a die cutting machine, I'm sure you can get dies and stuff for the Christmas trees, and some scraps of Christmas paper. So what you want to do is you want to punch out some Christmas trees. Doesn't really matter, you know. I can't remember how many I needed, so I'll just punch out a few. So I'm just doing 2 of each. If I've got any left over, then I can add it into, I can, you know, make up a little pack for somebody. So that's fine. So I'm just going to see if I can get another one out. No, I'm not going to get another one out of that one. So I hope you've all been keeping well. See, it's another Halloween craft for a change. It's Christmas. So I might be able to get a couple of done actually. So I've been excuse me, I've been working on some bead boxes, and I've been working on some lives, December daily. That will be coming. I will have a walkthrough from my December daily, which I've been doing in my crafting group. So, and I've had a few people follow along. Actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to punch out the flowers, so I can put some of the Nuvo drops on, and at least they can get to a point where it's semi-drying. Obviously it's not going to be fully dry, but it'll be dry enough to pop onto the Christmas tree. So I've also got the heating on, so that's going to help speed it up. If you can't have a star punch, just realised, you can use the Christmas scatters right everywhere's got in at the moment. So, and I've got some little cherubs as well, and from which, you know, so. Yeah, we've had somebody at work who's been confirmed with COVID, and she very kindly came into work while having symptoms, and then waiting to get her test results back. So she very kindly popped into work and carried on working, while knowing that she had a test waiting to come back. So we're all a bit peeved. Certain managers really couldn't give a damn, because obviously it's the favourite member of staff. So yeah, so you know, and you know, we had people shielding as well when the major lockdown was back in like early on earlier part of this year. You know, so she hasn't won any favours from anybody. You know, in fact, I think that's even more gone against her now. So, and you know, she's got herself to blame on that one. And her daughter is National Health. She works in. Her daughter's a nurse, so she should have known better, really. But never mind. Oh, and you need some 1-inch circles. So I'm just going to cut a few out because I don't know how many we're going to get done. I don't want to sit here and make, you know, loads of them. But like I said before, circles can be used in any projects. So I'm going to put that to one side. Okay, so we need them to one side for the time being. Oh, and you also need some buttons, just random buttons will do. I'm just going to get some of these stars already out, because you can add these to your Christmas tree as well. It doesn't have to be flowers. So these are just single flowers, and I'm going to have copper penny as a middle, and literally I'm just going to put a small thing in the middle just to give it a bit of dimension, really. So it's a quite sunny day today. It's 24th of November, but this might be going out obviously after that date. I've still got one son home self-isolating from school, so he's doing his schoolwork. He's in year 10, so he knows he has to do it. So obviously he's got a GCSE in in January as part of one of his courses. So yeah, so he knows that he has to like knuckle down and do some work. So that's all, you know, going swimmingly. My other one's just gone back to school after having 2 weeks off for self-isolation. So yeah, so my daughter comes home in the next couple of weeks from uni, so she'll have to self-isolate for a week. That's their guidelines from the uni, where they self-isolate for a week only before they go back into any jobs or anything else that they do. So she's got a job anyway, so she's already back on the rota a week after she comes back. So, and where she works, they've got to have a COVID test every so often anyway, because she works in a nursing home, and it's part of their, and it's a private nursing home, so it's part of their contract. So I am a lift organiser for the days she can't get the bus in, so over Christmas especially. Luckily I am off on the 2, like Christmas Eve and Boxing Day and New Year's Day, where she's working. It just so happens that most days falls on my days off. That's not very good, is it? Yeah, it's just come off. So yeah, so that is that really. So with these trees, all you do is literally fold them in half. You can use a scoreboard. I just use my fingers, score the chunks in half. So that's all we're going to be doing with these. And again, this could be these little jobs here could be, you know, in front of a telly at night time, you know, waiting for your kids to come home from school. If you've got to pick them up, you know, you can punch some out and just wait for them to come to the car, or if you've got to go into the playground, you know, then you can just wait in the car until it's time to go across. Because I know from picking up my children in primary school, that if you weren't down there at a stupid old clock, then you didn't get a car parking space, which I thought was, you know, pretty stupid. It's fine if your kids are old enough to, you know, walk across the car park, you know, walk across with, you know, help from, you know, crossing lady and whatever, but not every school has that. So, but yeah, so but just nice, quick, and you know, you can scatter these around. I've got a tabletop Christmas tree at the moment, so I'll just put these underneath it. And I want to make a sledge this year, so I might make a sledge and have Christmas trees scattered around the sledge. So yeah, so you've got all your Christmas trees done, then you need to find your glue. And then you just want to glue some together. So I just glue one side and then put the sides together. I don't mind that we don't marry up. I just think it just adds that little bit of more interest. I think I can't remember how many I put on, 5 or 6. So, like I say, each one is absolutely different colour, different, you know, I just find that, you know, just a little bit different. I think I put 6 on these. And obviously on my last one, just glue both of them on the side. And just carefully do it so it sticks to each other. So you end up with something that looks like that. So, and again, it's a good way to use up your scraps from other Christmas projects. I've been making a few, so I've got a few more scraps now. So I'm just going to leave that to one side and see if that sort of dries a little bit, and then we can do another one. So yeah, so I'm going back to work. Everybody's a bit livid with her. Obviously she's off now, but you know, it's somebody I've been having trouble with anyway. But like I said to one of my bosses today, who asked how I was feeling, because obviously there's been stuff going on, I said it just shows you how much she thinks about the people who she works with. You know, not just me, but there's a young girl who she stands very close to, talks to her without the mask on, you know, way, you know, she doesn't keep 2 meters away from her, you know, and I do feel sorry for that girl, but then again, you know, that girl is part of the problem as well. But I'm not going to say, well, she deserved it, because that's unfair. But you know, she might realise that, you know, what she did is irresponsible, you know. And the person I'm talking about is not a young person. She's about my age, if not maybe a little bit older. So there's a lot of vulnerable people on that department who were either self-isolating when he first started, or have got vulnerable kids, you know. So there's, you know, but you know, so really, if you feel unwell, and you have to take a test, stop for off work. A lot of places like at work and stuff are paying for your time off. So, you know, there's none of that, oh, I'm not going to get paid. A lot of companies are paying because it's not your fault. You know, you're off with COVID, you're off with a major disease. It's not like you're off just with the flu. So the next thing you need to do is grab your buttons and put some hot glue on there, and then just stick your buttons down. Now I did my first one with an inch paper, round paper, but what I did afterwards well, it's okay, but I think with an inch and a half, even if you've got like a 1 1/4 inch punch, that will work, you know. So I'm just gonna stick this flower back on. Just like so. Oops, a daisy. Okay, once your 2 buttons are done, you want to put some glue in the middle. There's 2 ways of doing this. You can either put it on your Christmas tree, but I tend to do it on the button. You want to put a bit on, and then you want to stick your tree on there. You just want to hold it a couple of minutes, just so you know it sets the correct way. I think that is straight. I think I've just got a lot of bobbly bits on my underneath my paper. Oops. There we go. And again, just hold it just so the glue grabs the paper. So go. So I'll take this one while that one's a little bit drying, and then what I do is I take a tweezer, carefully somehow pick these up, and then I put the glue on the back, and then I put them on top of it, you know, where the spikes are. I don't know if that's, you know, where the little edges are, and I alternate them. So I do 2, then I do 1, then I do 2, then 1. Obviously don't drop it. Oops. And don't forget your, you know, these haven't fully dried yet. You know, and while I'm here, I'm just going to add my star. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there, and then I'm just going to put my star on, just like that. So, oops, do that. Obviously, you know, you can put as many flowers on there as you wish, but you know, this is how I found works for me. So I just find that you know, add them into Happy Mail, you know, you can, you know, decorate boxes with them, you know, if you're doing bookcases, you know, boxes, things like that. Oh, I've missed one out. That's what you get for talking. Hopefully that still have a chance to grab. And then afterwards you just go back around and take off all your glue strings. I'm not too sure if that's a slanted tree. Whoops a daisy, doesn't want to stop on my hand. Yeah, that's a slightly slanted tree, but it's fine for me. I'm not looking for perfection on these. So yeah, just when I saw them I thought, oh, they're cute. I thought, oh, I don't have a, you know, Christmas tree stand like punch like they do, and I thought, oh, actually I do have a Christmas tree punch, so I just thought I'll try it with mine, and it, you know, don't think it came out too badly. Sort of sticking to me. But when I move, it needs to be restuck. That's fine. Oh, way too much glue on that one, but it's fine. So, got glue strings everywhere. There you go. So there's your Christmas tree. So if I get cut off, all I'm doing is just redoing. And then all I did before I do get cut off, so I think I'll think I might do is I got my tree and I got my glitter glue, and to hide the glue I just put loads of glitter glue, and it does take a fair bit to dry, around the edge of the button and the bottom of the tree, so it just looks like snow. And obviously you can add it to your tree as well, so it just looks like a snowy clump. So that's what it looks like when it's dry, nice and sparkly. And obviously that's when it's still wet. So yeah, that's all I've done on that one. So again, just gonna put some glue on the top, add my little star, and then I'm just going to go around and redo this one. So hopefully my battery will last out, but if we do get cut off, then that's all I'm doing. These will be up on my Facebook page and also on Instagram over the next few weeks, if not already on there, depending on when this video, I think this video will go out before these are up on Instagram and my page, which is fine. So these are just, you know, just something nice and fun to make, and obviously you can gift them to people and things like that. Yeah. So I just like the fact that you can slip them up in